Making healthy living a way of life in your 60s is very important. And a lot of women are thinking about weight loss. It's one of those things that happens as we get a little older. We tend to put on weight, our metabolism is shifting. And there are some other factors, though, that I want to talk to you about in terms of weight loss management. And one in particular that you may not have thought about has got to do with your circadian rhythm. Now, this is something that I want to explain to you in a bit more detail and also talk to you about how it may be the key to weight management and weight loss in your 60s. My name is Margaret Manning. I'm with 60 and Me, and I want to welcome you here today. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. I hope that you find this conversation useful. It's something that I've been thinking a lot about, and I know other women tell us too that it's weight loss is a big issue as you get a little older. Now, our show today is brought to you by Easy Spirit. Easy Spirit is a shoe company that's been making fabulous shoes for years, and they've got a wonderful selection of new styles combining comfort and style. You can get athletic shoes, beautiful dress shoes. They have a whole line of shows for yoga, boots, all kinds of beautiful, beautiful shoes. Just check out their website, easyspirit.com. And also, if you want to check below in the description of this video, you will see a promotional code for a 20% discount. Now, Easy Spirit's all about comfort. They want to make comfortable shoes and make it easy and believe that you can do anything if you feel comfortable. So let's talk about the comfortable process of losing weight or not so comfortable. It's challenging. It really is. And there's lots of articles that have been written about weight loss and how to change your diet, change the way that you eat. But this one angle that Peg Doyle talks about is very interesting. She's one of our bloggers, and she's been in the nutrition business for a long time. So she's really got a good kind of insight into what could possibly be contributing to our weight gain as we get older. Now, she talks about this thing called circadian rhythms or circadian clock. And this is the rhythm of all the organs in our body. It's how we engage with the day, from darkness of night into the morning and then afternoon, evening, the cycle of wake and sleep. The circadian rhythms, monitor that. So it's almost like something that's built into our DNA that drives us forward. So, for example, there's a process in the evening where there's part of your retina, it's a blue light sensor in your eyes that tells your body when it's getting dark. And when it's getting dark, that's the time when you go to sleep. And so this circadian rhythm is supported by triggers in the organs of your body, like your eyes or your other parts, that are going to give you messages to do certain things. So sleep is an obvious one, and people refer to the circadian clock as the thing that monitors your sleep. That's, for example, why they say that when you go to sleep at night, you should turn the light off. You should always, for example, you should never be able to see your hand in the dark, because you need total darkness in order for your body to know it's time to close your eyes and go to sleep and gain from all the benefits that you gain when you're in that sleep mode and dreaming and the restoring memory, healing, all those things. So what Peg talks about is how the circadian rhythm also applies to how you eat. So it's a very interesting topic. It's that there's been lots of research apparently on this, but we tend to eat like in rhythms. Like we tend to have breakfast at 7 o'clock, lunch at 12:30, and maybe an afternoon tea at 4, and then dinner at 6 or 7. We've got our rhythm. And if you actually think about this, think about how you've eaten for the last few days. You'll probably find that you have done that. Like your body just gets hungry around 6 o'clock in the morning or 7, whenever you normally wake up. It then gets hungry again about noon or 12:30, and so on. So your body is telling you, like the circadian rhythm, that rhythm of your body's functions, is telling you it's time to eat. And then if you don't follow that, or if you break away from that and try to do other things that either gain weight or try to lose weight or diet appropriately, your body will not sort of adjust to that easily. So our hunger cycle, according to Peg, has its own clock. And if you can follow that hunger cycle, then you can actually then start getting your body in an eating pattern. So you're not snacking in between. You're not grabbing cookies in between those rhythms. You're eating when your body wants to eat, and you're stopping eating when your body wants to stop. That's another thing, is that we often, this goes way back to our childhood, doesn't it, about eating up everything that's on your plate. But the thing that links this all together to nutrition and healthy eating is that what Peg is saying is that it's okay, for example, to do some of these intermittent fasting diets where you don't eat for 12 hours. So, for example, say that your last meal is at 7 at night, then you should try to not eat again until 7 in the morning. Give yourself a full 12 hours. And those kinds of, in quotes, diets are not really don't eat this, don't eat that. They're more about timing. So in a way, that way of eating, that intermittent fasting that a lot of people do find useful, is actually very aligned to what Peg is saying here. It's actually respecting your circadian clock, your hunger clock, that is, that your body likes best. But the most interesting, relevant piece that connects to it is to eat healthy food. And of course, the reason for that is if you're eating nutritional food, it actually feeds your body at that cellular level, and you don't then get hungry. So, for example, if you eat high nutrient, simple whole foods that have not been processed, foods in their original forms, that haven't been over processed or altered in some way. Poultry, beans, nuts, seeds. These are things that are just from the natural source. Well, the poultry should be, but all these foods that we know are good for us, those are the things that help with your appetite hormones, with that rhythm of eating on a regular basis and not overeating. Because it's when we don't eat the right foods and we eat foods that are like not nutritional that we then start thinking, oh, that brownie is going to be okay. I'll just nibble that. And sugar is so deceptive because at the moment you eat it, you feel like it's kind of cool. It's like a nice, soothing, reward. But at the same time, it's just not giving you any nutrition that feeds your hunger clock. So this is the advice that Peg gives: is in order to be more nourished, less stressed, and actually lose a little bit of weight at the same time. Leave 12 hours between your night and your morning meal. Food at 7 at night, have your breakfast at 7 in the morning. Have an early dinner. Start your dinner at 6 o'clock so that you can have your breakfast at 6 o'clock in the morning. But try to establish. She has found, and when you read her article, it's really interesting that people who are dealing with obesity, like serious obesity in their 60s and 70s, they tend to be night snackers. These are the people that eat, maybe eat a meal at 6 o'clock at night, but then they have a 10 o'clock snack, or they wake up at midnight and have another snack. They tend to be night snackers. And she's saying very simply, that's because your body is on a rhythm for eating, and you're not breaking, but you're kind of nudging it in a different direction. So that's super important. She says weight gain doesn't happen overnight, and neither does weight loss. You're going to have to take this slow and easy. It's a gradual process. And the trends that you're seeing in yourself, like the tummy weight, or the cortisol causes that kind of stress hormone, which creates fat on your stomach. You can work that out. You can choose foods are nutritional. You can follow the guidelines of not having evening snacks. This was, for me, honestly, made the biggest change for me. And I'll share with you some other time how it came about for me. But I was just forced into not eating in the evening, and it really, really worked. Not only did I lose weight, but I actually felt better. So your body clock gives you the best opportunity to get good sleep, eat nutritional food, and get your spacing of your meals, your hunger clock aligned. So I hope you found that useful. I think it's really, really, really cool information. So do you think that your body clock is influencing the way that you eat? Do you find that is happening in your life? Are you doing anything in the way of the fasting or just thinking consciously of 12 hours between meals? Maybe you'll experiment with this idea. What do you think? I think it's a really cool idea, and I thank Peg for highlighting it. I'm learning more and more about the body all the time, and we actually have a whole section on our 60andMe website that is all about weight loss and nutritional eating. It's all kinds of things. And I must remind you, I meant to do this earlier, but don't forget we've got our yoga DVDs. Chair yoga, yoga flows, all free of charge to watch on YouTube. But these are great for you too, because exercise, keeping keeping your body, healthy is all about giving it respect, and I think that this good sleep, good eating, good respect for the systems and the cycles in your body, it's all good. So what do you think? Any of these ideas sound interesting to you? I hope so. But have a wonderful day wherever you are. Please subscribe to the channel here if you're watching on YouTube, of course. And there's a bell there you can press somewhere. Press the bell. That will tell you when new videos are released. So again, thank you so much for being here, everybody. Have a fabulous day. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye for now.